trying to make up your mind like you need more time. You've already spent most of mine. Even when your words fail.
Hey guys, another weekend is in the books. Des Moines, Iowa is a wrap, and here we go. So at first glance, Des Moines, Iowa seems to be like a very simple, typical Midwestern town. And it was very hard at first to get a good vibe of the place. Very quickly, those vibes changed a lot once I start going to their restaurants. Now, these restaurants are like your typical everyday bar, everyday Japanese place, everyday Southern comfort food, everyday pretty much what you expect out of any food. But I have to say, when you look at these restaurants, they like what I call put a bow tie on them. They fancy it up. I mean, it doesn't feel like you're just going to a normal restaurant. On more than one occasion, I did feel just a little bit underdressed. Speaking of restaurants, they have this place, as you see, called HyVee, which is basically the Walmart version for what's in there in Iowa. The fact that if you just take out all the clothing of Walmart and reduce a little bit of the size of the pharmacy and implement restaurants there, whether it be like the shopping mall, food court style restaurants, or pretty much any other restaurant that you would expect out of a restaurant, that's what's there, and it's very, very, very well built. And I must say, some of these well-built restaurant sit-down areas in HyVee, it could compete with some of the restaurants you go into anywhere in Des Moines. Everything else about Des Moines, Iowa is very basic, but very well made. They do have a botanical gardens there, very small, that's the only bad part. The good part is that the plants, the way they designed each plant to where it is, in comparison to another plant right next to it, it's very decorative. I just wish it was a lot bigger. There was a Motionless in White concert, great band, and the crowd for that band was just absolutely pumping. That crowd was just fist pumping, rock on. It was just pumping all night. It was a great concert. Not too much to complain about when it comes to Des Moines, Iowa, just some certain things here and there. The biggest thing is that unless a concert or something or a sporting event were to come through town, there's really not a whole lot going on there. It's a very laid back city where boredom can set in very easily if you're looking for too much to do. So there's that detriment to it. One other thing that stands out as a detriment is the lack of original feel. I'll give you a comparison as to where I'm going this. Remember when I was in Boston? Boston's a great city. It is its own city, but there were moments where on occasion, sometimes I did feel like I was still in New York, although I was in a completely different city. Almost the same thing here. You know, Louisville, Kentucky, in terms of the vibe you get there, is just like Des Moines. The only difference is in Louisville, they are a lot more yeehaw cowboy type of feel there. If you take away the yeehaw cowboy part, you basically got the same personality as Des Moines, and thus there were, just like in Boston where it felt like in New York, there were moments in Des Moines where it did feel like I was still in Louisville. Overall, Des Moines, Iowa is definitely worth a trip, or should I say visit. You know, I tend to notice, especially in the Midwest, a lot of these cities is that once you see everything, it doesn't take a whole lot of time to see everything. And I guess, again, the biggest detriment with Des Moines is that unless there is some kind of concert, show, something going on, you know, it's very easy. I could see someone maybe on a certain occasions being bored living there, but the people are very friendly. The dining is top notch. You know, they put a bow tie and suit on everything. And overall, the people are very friendly there. I had a good time meeting some folks there. It's not hard to make a friend there, I noticed. But just like a lot of other cities I've been to in the Midwest, don't expect a whole lot if nothing is happening, because, you know, there's really not a whole lot to do, and that may deter people away. But overall, pay a visit. It is fun to go. I enjoyed myself. Krazy Dom with a K, signing out.